All right, y'all. Y'all already know who it is. And targeted individual CJBK. So we at the switch box again. We at the circuit breakers again, right? Now let me tell you how petty they got, right? I spent the night over at my mom's house in Brooklyn, right? So I spent the day away from the apartment. I just came home, right? So I go to try to turn the TV on. I'm like, the TV's not on. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right. I forgot maybe on my way out I had turned the circuit breakers off, right? So that sometimes when I walk into the apartment, I don't feel like a whole like barrage of EMF as soon as I walk in, right? So I go to turn the TV on. I'm like, oh, that was off. Now, when I came in, 16 living room outlets, it was off, right? And then I switched it on, but I switched it on, but the TV didn't come on. So then I said, wait a minute, and then I thought about it. Well, they done switched around my circuits twice already. So I said, you know what? Let's just go through the list to try to figure out which one they did. First one I did, right? Bathroom GFI, right? Now, let's go ahead and check this out, right? So you see the TV is on, right? The TV is on. Now, living room outlets, right? That's 16. That's this bottom one here. Bathroom GFI, that's 12. That's that one right there. It's only these two. Now watch what happens. Switch living room outlet off, right? Living room outlet is off. Oh, look at that. I'm still in the living room and the TV is on, right? Now watch this. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave that off since it's not actually working. Bathroom GFI, right? Switch that off. Oh shit, it's off. It's off. Come down here, hit the power button. Nope, it doesn't come on. I tell you, I can't make this up. Now let's go back here. Switch back on, right? That's the bathroom GFI, right? Now let's go to the bathroom real quick, right? Because remember, I did a video like this not too long ago, right? Now, this is how you check to see if there's power. Boom, no power, right? Now let's come back out here, right? We're gonna come back out here. Come back out here. Oh, the TV is back on. Whoa. So I'm just telling y'all, look, I can't make this up. Yeah, my head was looking crazy before. It's probably looking crazy now. But yeah, I went over to mom's. She braided my hair for the first time. I gotta tell you, it's kind of a beautiful feeling to have your mother do your hair. And I think, the funny thing is, I don't know. I think some women appreciate it as they get older to have their mom do their hair or whatever. But for the first time, because I've never had my mother do my hair before, and even though it was just to wash it and then put it in braids so I could get myself a shape up, I really felt like a new type of bonding moment with my mom that I've never had in my life, and I feel very, I don't know, it was a very comfortable feeling, it was a very comfortable feeling. My mom, she didn't know the term targeted individuals, but she knew she was being targeted because she had reported someone at her old job for sexual harassment, and then when she did that, a barrage of, targeting and harassments and stuff started against her, going all the way back since the 80s, you know. But yeah, so right, so I'm about to get my hair retwisted tomorrow, after work. Um, but yeah, back to my original thing. Yeah, I can't make this up. Right now, they mad at me. They're messing with the nerves in my lumbar area, um, the one that's basically in control of my hips and my legs. So they're kind of like sending frequencies to a nerve that's basically causing pain, and the pain starts at my left hip, and then it runs down my leg. It starts at the left hip and runs down my leg. But let me show you something that I like to do, right? So what I would do, and I suggest some of you actually look into this, right? Look up. It's going to be a graph, right, or more of a kind of like a image of the spine and the different sections of the vertebrae, and what each vertebrae is responsible for, as far as the nerve connections, and basically it's going to be called the spinal frequencies, right? This here is, I don't know how many it is, but I need to order more of them anyway. These are neodymium magnets, right? Super powerful, right? See that? Boom. Super powerful neodymium magnets, right? I have learned all I gotta do is I take this stack, right? And I'll probably use a belt. I'll use a belt and I'll tie the belt around my waist. And then I would place this stack of magnets against my spine. Let me see if I can. So, like, I would place it against my spine in the area for which I'm feeling like pain at. So that cord that you're seeing, right? That cord is basically taped to, don't judge me for this, that cord is basically taped to a metal wine key. For the reason being, because the copper fibers within the cord basically is a conductor for the electrical energy that they're basically pushing into my body. Remember, we're dealing with EMF, electromagnetic fields, electromagnetic radiation, and anything that's electrical. So what's happening is this end, or so this end here, this end is basically touching my skin, right? And it literally, it touches against the skin, and then the other end is taped to a metal wine key. Now, it would work better if it was actually a magnet that was encased with copper foil, if it was encased in a copper sheet, and then if you had alligator clamps, you clip the alligator clamps to the magnet wrapped in copper sheet, and then you take the other end of the alligator clamps, and then you clip that into a piece of metal. But right now I don't have alligator clamps, so I just got very, I just basically improvise. So right now what I do is whenever I'm feeling certain direct energy attacks, I take that magnet and I go to my graph, the spinal frequency graph, and I look for the vertebrae which is responsible for the area that is being attacked, and then I place the magnet along that vertebrae, and then over time I will feel that pain, that sensation of pain, slowly start to dissipate because magnets draw energy to it. So because the magnets draw energy to it, it literally is kind of like, it's basically like drawing the energy away from that nerve, that nerve area for which they're trying to attack. So I've been working on this thing for some time, and remember, I'm still very much a layman like anybody else. It's just that, I put a lot more focus into studying the hows and then the whys, but not necessarily the whos. The whos, I have an idea who the whos is, but I don't care who the whos is, because as long as I'm studying the hows and the whys, I'm gonna let God handle the whos. Because right now they're playing peekaboo. They're playing peekaboo. And then the crazy thing is like, I'm actually receiving the subliminal acoustic transmissions. And based on the patent that I found, they're basically operating on something that's like very close to like Wi-Fi, which is basically a 2.4, but they're on like a 2.5, or at least I believe they're on a 2.5. That's what the patent says. Or they're basically operating on some half hertz frequency, So, yeah, for the most part, yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I enjoyed my day today. Today was my day off from work. And good news. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I did have some money stolen from my account, and the company for which issues my prepaid card, because I'm not using a bank, I'm using a prepaid card. They finally gave me back my money. Why? Because like I said, we're dealing with a secret society here. I said that in the letter, I was like, this is my second attempt at faxing my proof. And I said, this is very odd that, even though I'm providing GPS location of where I clocked in at work, it makes no sense how I would actually go 2.8 miles away from where I work, because I'm not allowed to leave my work zone if I'm clocked in at work, to go 2.8 miles to go and draw out $470 from my account, and then come back to work, when I could have went to the brick and mortar location of where I could have just easily just drew out the money in one shot and not incur about $7-8 in fees, because I was like, that makes no sense. So basically, and I've already studied, hacking and data theft ways, how they can, if they can actually gain the numbers, like your whole credit card number, your expiration date, your CVS number, and they know your zip code and stuff like that. They can basically create an artificial card with all of that data onto the card, and then they can go somewhere and withdraw money from it. Whatever. We all watched, the kid do it in Terminator 2. Well, no, that was different. I think that was something different. But anyway, what else? But yeah, I got my money back. Mostly for the reason being that I said, look, if I don't get my money back, I'm going to go ahead and get the FDIC and the Better Business Bureau involved, because this makes absolutely no sense how I could be held liable for doing something that I physically wasn't able to do, and I only have one card for my account. So yeah, I got my money back finally. It took, let me see, the incident occurred on June 15th, and it is now August. I got the first rollouts, or the first two payments back yesterday. That's August 26th. I think today's the 27th. So, and then I got my last payment, today. So it took them a while. I had to put in the right type of verbiage, because I'm like, no, I worked very hard for that money. And then on top of that, the money that they stole was basically money I had got from a class action because a former employer was not paying us the tips that we were actually deserving of because we worked for those tips, but they didn't pay us for it. They kept it for themselves. So that check that I deposited and then they found a way to steal it, it's kind of like how you stealing from somebody who already had something stolen from them. I'm like, it's not even Robin Hood what they're doing. It's literally just robbing poor people. I mean, I don't consider myself poor. I consider myself working class. But it's like, why would you, of all your technological skills and all of your abilities to be able to scan people's brain frequencies, steal their neurological data, you can literally like if, let's say, if the president was to ever come into New York City, you could literally scan the president's brain and learn every single secret that the president knows. You can learn all of that stuff in one shot. But what do? You waste your time manipulating people of the working class, trying to socially engineer them into taking up certain jobs like police officers, construction, doctors, all these different things. You're spending your time and your technological intelligence on taking advantage of working class people when you could literally be stealing from the filthy rich and giving back to the poor. Do you do that? No, you're not even anonymous style. You're basically just, I don't know, you're like that video I watched of the four types of, the four signs of how to avoid narcissistic, psychopathic, and sociopathic people, So, but I don't know. My tacos are getting cold. My beer is getting warm. And I'm ready to watch a movie. Or no, I have to finish watching the show Manifest. It's a great show. I think it's a great show. I don't know. But Manifest, it low key. It low key is kind of talking about a lot of stuff that deals with technology and telepathy and stuff like that. It's like low key talking about what we're going through anyway. But yeah, as always, remember, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. And remember, you are always one mind, one body, one spirit, one God. All right? One love. Peace.